Good morning, everyone. This is Sonia with Real Talk Radio, here with the thought of the day for today, Friday, June 5th. And we're now up to the 41st entry of Sarah Young's Dear Jesus devotional. And here's her prayer for this entry. Dear Jesus, I long to have a fully awakened soul. I have discovered that nothing is more satisfying than the joy of your presence. However, I am often subject to a slumbering soul, taking for granted my life with all its blessings, being overly focused on the negative things, buying into the world's version of the good life. Help me break free from these worldly weights so my soul can soar in the heights with you. And here's what she felt Jesus spoke to her heart in response to her prayer. Beloved, the fact that you yearn for an awakened soul is itself a source of pleasure to me. Many of my children view devotion to me as a duty, and they look elsewhere for their pleasures. They fail to understand that the joy of my presence outshines even the most delightful earthly joy. Of course, it is not an either-or situation. You don't have to choose between enjoying me or enjoying the many good gifts I provide. It is simply a matter of priorities. I want you to treasure me above all else. Actually, the more fully you enjoy me, the more capacity you have to appreciate the blessings I shower upon you. When you make me your ultimate pleasure, you glorify me by desiring closeness with me. As you delight in me, I am free to bless you with many things that please you. If you keep me first in your life, my good gifts will not become idols. Delight yourself in me, and I will give you the desires and secret petitions of your heart. Okay, wow. I don't know about you guys, but I find this very compelling because I think people often have this strict religious idea of who God is, and by religious, I mean very prim and proper, maybe by human standards. And I believe God's actually very passionate and exciting and fun. But I don't think that most of us have even known that this side of God is available, because I believe we do need to put Him first in our lives in order to experience that side of Him. But that if we do that, then out of that core relationship with Him, He then wants to delight us, and I believe wants us to experience pleasure in Him. But where I believe we often can run into a problem is when we try to find these things in the world apart from a relationship with God. And I also think this can be challenging for us because it takes faith to trust that God will fulfill the desires of our hearts. And it can sometimes even be a struggle for us to just believe that it is even actually God that put a specific desire in our heart. And so we might sadly ignore it or try to push it down or push it away because in our tendency to think religiously, we make this decision that God isn't in anything that brings us pleasure or delights us. Whereas it's been my experience that if we put God first in our lives and we really want Him and we let Him be God and not try to define who we think He should be, that it seems to create this environment where God can freely move in wonderful ways and, in my experience, often miraculous ways in order to give us the desires and secret petitions of our hearts. Okay, and before I close this morning, I do want to be sure to share the scripture I chose for us for today's thought of the day. And it's Psalm 37, verse 4 from the Amplified Version, which says, "Delight yourself also in the Lord, and He will give you the desires and secret petitions of your heart." Okay, guys, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to share this morning. Thank you, as always, for joining me. I hope everyone has a wonderful day today, and I look forward to being back with you again on Monday morning with another thought of the day.